Okay, so today we're going to dive into like what really makes relationships work. Not the big movie stuff, but the little things, the stuff we do every day that builds those strong connections.
Exactly. Sometimes it's those little nudges that make the biggest difference.
And that brings us to these 50 marriage journal prompts from Lestallion. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Sounds a bit hallmarky, right?
Yeah, a little bit. But hold on, we're going deeper than just, surface level journaling. We're going to unpack the psychology behind these prompts to give you some serious aha moments.
It's true. This is about more than just filling pages. These prompts make you think and talk about stuff that really matters if you want a relationship that lasts.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. There's one prompt here. It's about looking back on your relationship. It asks, describe a time when you felt the closest to your partner. What was happening and why did it make you feel so connected?
Oh, that's a really good one to start with. It gets at the heart of why we connect. When we think about good times with our partner, our brains release oxytocin,
Which is,
the love hormone.
so you're saying just by remembering a great date, we're actually like giving our relationship a boost. That's kind of cool.
Exactly. It reinforces that loving feeling, reminds you why you chose each other in the first place.
Yeah.
But it's not all sunshine and roses, right?
Right. What about disagreements? They're going to happen. How do you navigate those tricky waters?
That's where the communication prompts in this blog really stand out, I think. They really get into how to fight fair. Like, there's one that asks, how do you handle conflicts in your relationship? What strategies?
Okay, that one sounds a little less fun, more like work.
It is work,
Yeah.
but good work,
Yeah.
because healthy communication is everything, right? And this prompt, it gets you thinking about how you each communicate.
Oh, like how some people need space after a fight, but others want to talk it out right away.
Yeah, recognizing those differences is huge, but it goes even deeper than that. This prompt is really getting at bids for connection. It's a thing, a concept.
Biz for connection. Okay,
Mhm.
you got to break that down for me. Sounds like business school, not love.
It does sound kind of formal, I know, but it's really pretty simple. Think of it this way. Every interaction you have, from a quick text to a big talk, it's a chance to connect. A bid could be something small, like a look, or big, like asking for help with a problem.
Okay, so if you respond to these bids, you're basically saying, hey, you matter to me, even if you don't say the words, right?
Exactly. But ignoring them or shooting them down, that creates distance over time. The prompts help you see these bids and respond in a way that builds intimacy.
Wow, I never looked at it like that. These little prompts really make you think differently about relationships, huh?
And speaking of going deeper, let's talk about trust. The prompts on trust are really powerful.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There was this one that really stuck with me. It asked, what does trust mean to you in your relationship? How can you continue to build and maintain it? Like, what does trust even mean? Because it's different for everyone.
Right, exactly. And this prompt, it's like it forces you to define what trust looks like in your relationship. For some couples, it might be about being open about money. For others, it's about feeling safe to share your deepest fears.
It's like asking what makes you feel safe. Because for one person, it might be locking the door at night, but for someone else, it's knowing their partner will support them, even when they mess up.
Right. When you figure out what trust means to you as a couple, then you can start to see where you need to work on it.
Yeah. Like, you're creating a secret language for what makes you feel secure. Okay, so we've talked about remembering those close moments, figuring out how to argue in a healthy way, and then building that foundation of trust. But what about the future? Don't these prompts talk about building a life together too?
Definitely. There are a bunch of prompts about shared goals, dreams, creating a roadmap for the future.
Is this one of them? How do you envision your life together in the next 5 years? What steps can you take now to move towards that vision?
That's the one. It's about making your dreams a reality. It helps couples get specific about their goals, big and small, and then, most importantly, to come up with a plan to achieve them together.
So it's less, one day we should travel the world, and more. Let's actually book that trip, set a budget, and make it happen.
Yes. It's about action, turning those shared dreams into concrete plans, and that can be incredibly powerful for a couple.
I love that.
Yeah.
It takes those big, scary goals and breaks them down into something manageable. But it's not always about the big picture, right? There are also prompts about enjoying the little things, the everyday stuff we tend to miss.
Oh, absolutely. And those small moments, they matter.
Which prompt speaks to you in that appreciating each other category?
Oh, there's this one. I always like this one. What small gestures does your partner do that you appreciate the most? How do they make you feel loved?
It's easy to forget to notice those little things. You know, life gets in the way.
But those little things, they add up to something, don't they?
Big time. When you say it out loud, when you notice it, it makes your partner feel good and it makes them want to do it more. It's so true. We've covered a lot of ground here, from reflecting on those close moments to navigating conflict and building that foundation of trust, and of course, looking ahead to the future. But let's face it, not everyone's a journal person.
Yeah.
So how can we take these prompts, these ideas, and actually use them without having to write it all down?
That's the best part. You take it off the page, you know? Remember that first prompt about when you felt closest? Well, instead of just thinking about it, why not do it again? Plan a date night that brings back those same feelings.
I love that. Like if you thought about that camping trip where you really connected, maybe plan a weekend getaway, something like that.
Exactly. Or how about those communication prompts? Don't just think about how you would handle a disagreement. Make it a game.
A game night. Seriously.
Yeah. It's actually really helpful. You come up with these scenarios, maybe even take some from the prompts and then talk about how you deal with them together.
That takes the pressure off, right? You can talk about things in a fun way.
Exactly. It's about making it a part of your lives, being intentional about it.
This has been so insightful. But, these prompts, they're a starting point. They're not going to magically fix everything. Relationships take work, right? There's no one answer for everyone.
100%.
So if someone's listening and wants to go deeper, what's out there? Any resources you recommend? And not just books. I mean something more.
Definitely. For communication, you can't go wrong with the Gottman Institute. They have a website, even couples workshops. And if you like podcasts, there's one called Where Should We Begin? By Esther Perel. She's great, really gets into the nitty-gritty of relationships today.
Perfect. We'll put those links in the show notes for everyone. So we talk about how those small actions can really make a difference, and that's what this whole deep dive has been about.
Right.
They really do. So much good stuff here. So, okay, we've talked about those little things, those actions that build a strong relationship. What's one thing, our listeners out there, what's one small thing they could do, like today, to give their relationship a little boost?
Oh, I love that. Let me see. Well, it could be anything, really. Sending a sweet text or maybe cooking their partner's favorite meal, even if it's just, hey, I appreciate you doing the dishes. It's the little things.
It really is. Because sometimes a small gesture can mean the world. So if you're listening, take a moment today to show your partner you care. And remember, even the smallest actions can have a huge impact on your relationship.